Oh, hi, Lexi and Dylan. So we're almost at the end of the book. There's just a little bit more to go. Here we go. So as we were at there, they basically, the whole message of Jonathan Livingston Seagull and his student Fletcher is being lost. Here we go with the rest of the story. Now look, he had told his official local student, the birds who come to hear you every Tuesday come for three reasons, don't they? Because they think they're learning something, because they think that putting another pebble on the cairn is going to make them holy, or because everyone else expects them to be here, right? And you have nothing to learn, my nestling? No, there's something to learn, but I don't know what it is. A million pebbles can't make me holy if I don't deserve it, and if I don't care what other girls think about me. And what is your answer, nestling? Ever so slightly shaken by this heresy, how do you call the miracle of light? The great gull Johnathan, holy be his name, said that flight. Life isn't a miracle. Official, it's a bore. Your great gull Jonathan's a myth somebody made up a long time ago. A fairy tale that's weak believe because they can't stand to face the world as it is. Imagine a seagull who could fly 200 miles per hour. I've tried it, and the fastest I can go is 50, diving, and even then I'm mostly out of control. There are flaws of flight that cannot be broken, and if you don't think so, you go out there and try it. Do you honestly believe, truly now, that your great Johnathan Seagull flew 200 miles per hour? And faster, the official said in perfect blind faith, and taught others to do so. So goes your fairy tale, but when you can show me that you can fly that fast, official, then I'll begin to listen what you have to say. There was the key, and Anthony Seagull knew it in an instant that he said the words. He didn't have answers, but he knew that he would be gladly lay down his life to follow any bird who could demonstrate what he was talking about. Show him just a few answers in life, and that worked, that brought excellence and joy into everyday living. Until he found that bird, he would remain grey and bleak, illogical, without purpose. Every seagull would remain a coincidental collection of blood, feathers, pointed towards oblivion. Anthony Seagull went his own way, as did more and more other young birds, rejecting the ritual and ceremony that encrusted the name of Johnathan Seagull. Sad at the futility of life, but at least honest with themselves, brave enough to face the fact that it was futile. Then one afternoon Anthony was flapping along above the sea, thinking blankly that life is pointless, and since pointless is by definition meaningless, then the proper act is to dive down into the ocean and drown. Better to not to exist than to all exist like seaweed without meaning or joy. Oh. It all made sense. It was pure logic, and Anthony Seagull had all his life tried to abide by honesty and logic. He had to die sooner or later anyway, and he saw no reason to prolong the painful boredom of living. So he pushed over 2,000 feet into a dive straight towards the water, coming down nearly 50 miles per hour. It was oddly exhilarating to have made the decision at last. He had found one answer that made sense at all, and about midway into his death dive with the sea tilting and glowing huge beneath him, there was a great whistling roar directly past his right wing as he passed in flight by another seagull, passed as though he had been standing on the beach. The other bird was a white streak blazing down, a blurred meteor from space. Anthony startled, bent his wings into dive brakes, and wandered helplessly at the sight. The blur dwindled softly towards the sea, flashing down at the wave tops, and then bent into a hard pull-up beak, pointing right straight back up to the sky, and rolled. A long, vertical, slow roll, twisting off into an impossible full circle in the air. Anthony stalled, watching, forgetting where he was, stalled again. I swear, he said out loud, I swear that was a seagull. He turned at once towards the other bird, who apparently hadn't noticed him. Hey, he called out as loud as he could. Hey, wait up! The gull pitched immediately up on one wing, moved at tremendous speed, blazed back toward him. Anthony, in level flight, pulled hard into a vertical bank and stopped suddenly in the air as a racing skier stopped at the end of a downhill run. Hey, Anthony was all out of breath. What are you doing? It was a silly question, but he didn't know what else to say. I'm sorry if I startled you, the stranger said in a voice as clear and friendly as the wind. I had you in sight all the time just playing. I wouldn't have hit you. No, that's not it. Anthony was awake and alive for the first time in his life. inspired. What was that? Oh, some fun flying, I guess. A dive and a pull-up to slow roll with a rolling loop off the top. Just messing around if you really want to do it well. It takes a bit of practice, but it's a nice looking thing, don't you think? It's beautiful is what it is, but you haven't been around the flock at all. Who are you anyway? You can call me John. And that's the end. Isn't that an amazing story? It's a story about a seagull who changes its meaning from being free and carefree, of security to happiness and joy in life and inspiration. And I thought this was a great storybook I wanted to share with you and Lexi and Dylan. And I hope you live lives of great inspiration and joy, and that you can find kindness and love everywhere. Mwah. Kissy monsters. Love you.